Okay, folks, there's a couple areas outside of Burgundy where the greatest Chardonnays are produced. California, I think, is one of them. The cooler areas of California, you know, whether it's the Santa Rita Hills or the Russian River Valley or Anderson Valley, and some of these spots produce some of the most compelling Chardonnay in the world. Another one is the Margaret River area, I think, in Western Australia. That area produces really profound bottles of Chardonnay. And another area which you might not be familiar with, but Aussies are very familiar with as an area that produces world-class Chardonnay, is the Mornington Peninsula. And this is a peninsula that juts just south of the town of Melbourne in the state of Victoria in Australia. And for years, Mornington Peninsula has had a reputation as being one of the finest white wine producing areas in the entire continent of Australia. And one of the best producers there that it's finally here, we're so glad to see it in America, is Moorooduc. Moorooduc Estate. Say that 5 times fast. M-O-O-R-O-O-D-U-C, Moorooduc. And these guys know how to make Chardonnay. Beautiful Chardonnay. And it's really simple, actually. You know, Chardonnay, a lot of it has to do with the climate where it's growing. And the Mornington Peninsula is quite cool and does have a pretty long growing season. And they get these wonderful grapes from older vineyards there, and then they basically put them in French oak barrels and they hit them with native yeast. They just let the native yeast do their thing, and what happens, happens. And what you get is a very compelling bottle of Chardonnay. It is kind of like a cross between white Burgundy and something you'd see from California. New World and Old World together. We love tasting this, where you get the bracing structure, the minerality, the vivid aspect of white Burgundy wines, but you also get a little more rich textured fruit. You get a little more tropical vibe to the fruit out of these wines with a little citrus quality riding on top. The oak is in, but it's not on top. It's wonderfully infused into the wine, so you get this complete Chardonnay drinking experience. Moorooduc Estate, one of the coolest producers of Chardonnay in the Mornington Peninsula, and we are glad they are at Best Wines.